Hello and welcome back here in the cave. My name is Elias, and in today's video we'll just briefly cover about the crypto market. We will cover one or two interesting topics out of the news, and I will, as always, talk about financial topics. Do not make financial decisions based on my opinions, and my information is always through research. And with that being said, let's jump into it. So we will start off on CoinMarketCap, and it looks not too good because we just had a big dump today. We had a huge dump, and there's also an article about that worth a read. The thing I want to cover out of this article is a lot of people are currently also FOMOing into the market with leverage, and that's obviously dangerous. A lot of people get liquidated, and that's exactly why such stuff happens, why we have so drastic down movements, because one guy gets liquidated or one guy sells, another guy gets liquidated, and so on, and then something happens like a short that we call a short squeeze. So a lot of shorts get squeezed and all get liquidated. Sorry, a lot of longs get squeezed, obviously not shorts. The shorts would make profit in this kind of movement. So the longs get squeezed because they have a drastic amount of leverage, and there are interesting ways to use leverage, but don't over leverage yourself and get liquidated. I will probably cover my leveraging strategy that I will run over the next few months to leverage myself into the market. There are interesting stuff you can do with leverage, but obviously it's with everything. You should have just a knowledge about what you're doing. You should exactly know what you do. You have to have a proper risk management, and then everything works out. But I will cover this in another video. I just briefly want to cover another strategy, which is my dollar cost average strategy. I run this since the 23rd of January, and it works great. At the end, we will again cover my profits. But before we get into the charts, I want to cover Bitcoin mining. So what's happening right now with Bitcoin mining is it's going completely parabolic. How many new miners are coming into the market, and why is that happening? This happens because Bitcoin goes up, and for miners there are only two numbers they care about: how much they get when they mine, for example, 1 Bitcoin, or if they solve one block and they get 0. whatever Bitcoin, and how much they pay for electricity. So this is the only two metrics they care about, and obviously there is not so much change on the electricity side, but Bitcoin went up, so they receive basically more for every block they would solve. So it's for a lot of people now profitable again to start mining again. So a lot of people start mining again, and therefore the increase in mining power comes. So that's nothing bad. I mean, that's something that goes up, that goes down, really dependent on the Bitcoin course, on the Bitcoin chart, but everything healthy here. So that's great, not too bad. And with that, I would say let's cover the charts real quick. So we see this is the Ethereum chart. We had quite a move, especially on Ethereum. It held itself actually very, very good since we had the Shanghai update last week. I covered that in the last video, so if you are not familiar with what that is, definitely check out the last video. I covered it there. There are also timestamps in the videos now, so I think it should be quite easy to find. But as we can see here, on the strength index, we covered a high. Let's see where we're going. But also on the Bitcoin chart, it's quite similar on the Ethereum chart, but we're heading into an important territory. So you can see it here. This territory right here is something which had previously some resistance, some supports, right? Here is support, here is support, here is support. I mean, we can basically put it down here, sorry. So you can also see that here, right? We touched it here, we touched it here, we went through it here, no formation here. So we went down, confirmed it, bam, bam, bam. It's just a support line, or it's a support area, which was quite crucial over the last few, we have to talk about years, right? And another one is coming up here. So especially for Bitcoin, if we go into the Bitcoin chart, obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum are correlating quite closely. And if we quickly check on Bitcoin, it is exactly here, right? We have the line perfectly set here. And what's interesting to see is that we're right now exactly on this level, and it's a super crucial time from a technical standpoint, because we're testing on a line, and it looks like we could make something like a confirmation. What is a confirmation? A confirmation is something that we break through, we test it again, and we break above, and this would be something super bullish, which would indicate us that we could possibly formulate new highs. So we saw it here, we actually tested it already, went up, then down again. Let's see what happens. I'm not too optimistic, to be honest, and that's also why I often refer to 2019. So if you watch the last few videos, you can skip that part, but I referred a lot of times to 2019, that I think this period is something like the 2019 mid-cycle run that we had right here, from 3.5k up to 12,000 or 13,000 even, and then corrected back or went back down here through the halving in 2020, and after that we were set to go parabolic into the next bull market. And I think we see something similar right here, and from also the timing it would match perfectly. Watch the last video, it's definitely an interesting one. Yes, as I mentioned, I had a great strategy from already in January on, and I will continue with that till, I don't know, I don't have any money anymore, because the dollar cost average strategy is just the one which worked for me personally the best since ever, and also in this cycle it went quite great. I actually saw that I had also previous or earlier entry points around this area here, so I really got the bottom, and that's obviously cool to see. But with that being said, to the strategy real quick. So I had to open new ones. I talked about this already. These are just the ones I started, I think, here on the 8th of March. But still, I mean, where is that in the chart actually? Let's see, 8th of March. Oh, that's actually perfect here. I started the strategy here. That's great. That's cool, and I didn't know that. But yes, obviously also good profit on this strategy with how much invested? 10k, 10.7k, and around $800 in profit. So that's cool. And my entry prices are 27,000 and 1,700. Obviously, when we look at the prices over here, we're way higher, and that's cool. That's really cool. Happy about that. You can also watch the video where I started with the dollar cost average strategy. It was 2 months ago with the dollar cost average strategy, which I actually started before this one. I then used the money on DCHF, on the DCHF platform, to just generate some more yield. I will also make a video about this. Super interesting. I generate a lot of yield on DCHF, and I also want to make a video about this because there are super cool opportunities. Alright, this was it for today's video. I hope you liked it. It was a bit a shorter one, but I think that's also in your favor, so I don't take too much of your valuable time. If you like this kind of content, please consider dropping a like or a comment. This would really support me and the channel, and I wish you a very nice rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.